Hey y'all, what's up? This is Rosie and I'm hoping to make this a quick one. Last night I watched a video on the channel The Professor of Rock, or Professor of Rock, and he did an interview with Benny Mardones of Into the Night fame. So this is going to be kind of a what is this song about video. I haven't done one of these in a while, and it intrigued me to learn about the true origin of this song. I had heard only a little of it before, but not the full thing. So in 1980, I think this song was released in June of 1980, and it became a hit, and it went on to the charts like maybe 2 other times. I have to look up when that happened though. But anyway, he and his co-writer, the co-writer of the song, I forget his name, but I will put it in the video. They were at his apartment. They took a trip to Miami and got an apartment. And in Benny's building, there was this family. There was a dad who was a set designer or something. I can't remember what that was either. I have to look it up again. And there was a wife and 3 teenage kids. There was a 15-year-old son, 16-year-old daughter, and a 17-year-old daughter. And one day when the dad's ship came in, he left and ran off with a younger woman. And so the 3 children came to his door. They were all crying, and they all told him what happened. And he, you know, brought them all in. He was like, it'll be okay, everything will be okay. He just wanted to give them comfort. And I'll put the link to the full interview in the description. He gave the son $20 to get groceries for him, maybe some cigarettes and a gallon of milk, and then he keeps the change. And the 16-year-old daughter, he gave her like $50 to walk his dog each week. So he and his co-writer, the co-writer of the song Into the Night, they were up all night. Benny used to black out his windows. So they were up all night writing this song, and they couldn't come up with an opening line for the song. And so the daughter came in before school, and he said that the way he said it, it wasn't like perverted or anything. He said that she came into the door, I think she had a key or something, and she was wearing stacked heels, mini skirt, 16 going on 21, that sort of thing. And the way he said it, it was kind of like a dad talking about his daughter. So he said that she came in and she looked at them and said, have you guys been up all night? And they were like, yeah, we've been up being bad and trying to get this song together. And so she said, I'll be back in about 20 minutes or so. So she got the dog and she walked out the door to walk the dog before school. And the co-writer looked at her and said, who's that? Or something like that. I forgot what it was. Or he maybe made a noise to show that he liked the girl. And Benny looked at him and said, she's just 16 years old, leave her alone. And then he was hit with inspiration, and that's where the song came from. And he said that over the years it freaked him out that people thought of this song in a manner where he was sexualizing a young girl, when that wasn't what the song was about. If you listen to the song in the context in which it was written, you can hear what he was talking about. For instance, the chorus, if I could fly, I'd pick you up and take you into the night and show you love. To him, it was like he was looking at these 3 kids crying, and he was saying, if I could, I would get you all and take you out of poverty, because the dad left his wife and these 3 kids, and they were heartbroken and destitute. And so, yeah, the song can be taken one way, the way that everybody meant it, because they took the lyrics and perverted it. But when you listen to it in the context with which he wrote the song, sorry for flubbing, because this has to be really quick. But if you listen to it in the context in which he wrote the song, you can hear the true meaning if you really let yourself do that. Now, some people are going to listen to this and go, oh no, he was writing a perverted song about a 16-year-old girl, but that's not what it was about at all. And in that Professor of Rock video, he said that he would like to know if he ever made a difference, because that's all he ever wanted to do was make a difference. You know, he said that it hurt him. He wasn't invited to do the Farm Aid and Live Aid and all of that. Back in the day, he was like on the outside looking in, and it hurt him that he was never invited. And I can see where that would hurt him, because he was a big star, you know. Myself, I didn't hear the song again until 1998 when I was pregnant with my first kid. I heard it on the radio, and it would come on every morning. And then one morning they did an interview with him, and I just heard the part about him saying, you know, she's just 16 years old, leave her alone, and that's how they came up with the song. I don't think I ever heard the rest of it. I think they just played that part of the interview. And so if you've listened to the full interview and the full context in which he wrote this song, you will see the song in a different light, just like I did, because I listened to the song again a few years ago. I can't remember when it was. And I was like, wait a minute, what, 16 years old? Because at the time my kids were like maybe 16 and 18 or something like that. But I couldn't not like the song. But it is hard for me to listen to now. I cry when I hear it. I don't know why. It just hits me right in the feels every single time. I think part of the reason people pervert the song so much is because of the music video. Because he looks like a fully grown man in his late 20s, early 30s, who's in love with this 16-year-old girl who's despondent in her room and doing her homework. And in the video, he gets a magic carpet and he brings her on it, and he flies her into the night while pantomiming the song. And at the end, they embrace and they kiss. And I think that is why people see the song the way that they do. So it could be taken as a grown man making a love song for a 16-year-old girl, but it's really not what it was about at all. The good thing about this song was that doing an interview for it on a radio show, somebody asked him, this 16-year-old girl, does she really exist, or did you just make her up? And he said, oh yeah, she really exists. So I can't remember if they called her or they brought her onto the show, but they did an interview with her also. And I think her name was Heidi. But anyway, they did an interview with her, and she became so popular from that song that she eventually met a Puerto Rican business owner, hotel owner, something like that. He was very wealthy. And they eventually met and fell in love and got married. And her husband brought her family to Puerto Rico to take care of the mother and gave the son a job with the company. And she every year wrote Benny a letter telling him how much he changed her life. And he tells her, I don't think you realize how much you changed my life. And as I said, the Professor of Rock told Benny, you know, when Benny said that he wanted to know that he made a difference in the world, that's all he wanted to know, was that he made some kind of a difference. And the Professor of Rock told him, Benny, you did make a difference. You have one of the most beautiful vocals ever put on vinyl. And I forgot what else he said, but it was a beautiful sentiment, and it really touched him and brought tears to his eyes. And you could tell that was just what he'd been waiting for probably all of his life. And toward the end of his life, he finally heard that he did make a difference. And I have to say that he truly did. And I think that if more people knew that they should look up the lyrics of a song and find out the true meaning behind them, that they will start to see a song in a whole new light. Because for years, the controversy behind this song was that he was writing a love song to a 16-year-old girl, which freaked him out. It horrified him that people would think that of him. And that wasn't the context of the song at all. And I have to say that I was one of them. I thought badly of the song too, but also I couldn't not like it because it's so beautiful. And I'm so glad that I listened to that interview, and I have to thank the Professor of Rock for doing that interview with Benny before complications of Parkinson's disease ultimately took his life in the year 2020. So, I'm sorry for my voice. I can't review this because I don't know when I'll get a chance to record again. But if you like this video, let me know. Hit the like button. Tell me in the comments what you think of it, and share the video, because I want this to get out to even more people, that the song Into the Night in 1980, it wasn't what you think it was about, but it was much more pure. To him, it was a song about these 3 kids that lost their dad, and he wanted to bring them out of poverty. So, thank you so much for wasting time with me. I love you guys very, very much. As always, there is a link, a donations link in the description. If you would like to support me and support the channel, I would really appreciate it, and thank you in advance. I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next upload, or I hope to anyways. Bye for now.